Welcome back to Wheels of Steel 2019, or 4.0, however you're counting. We are back on our live stream again for the second half. Race City currently at 121, Pittsburgh at 45. Race City comes into this bout ranked 17. Pittsburgh 36 in the Men's Roller Derby Association. I'm Champ Unkind.
And I'm Timmy Twitch.
And we will be getting started here with the second half. I think we are all disappointed we haven't seen a Shaggy versus Shaggy jam yet.
I know I am.
I'm very. That's the whole reason I came to this tournament.
That was it.
That was it. Just to see one jam of Shaggy versus Shaggy. And other stuff.
I came because the tournament head announcer bribed me.
I did?
Yep.
That's news to me. Were we in Philly when I said that?
Yep.
Were we at Spruce Street Harbor when I said that?
Yep.
Okay, it makes sense now. It's going to be Shaggy and Mike Honcho. We'll have 30 minutes on the clock. Again, 121 to 45, Race City on top as we have just started the second half. Both jammers looking for room. And it is Shaggy starting the second half the same as he started the first with a lead jammer. Mike Honcho also completing his initial pass. Good move there by Shaggy on the outside, spinning around up the middle to the inside, calls it off.
Mike Honcho able to get 2 points?
Yes, 2 points. So 4-2 on the jam in favor of Race City. Now 125 to 47. Under 29 and a half minutes remaining. That's going to be Doc Flatliner and Nemesis. It looks like one blocker in the box for both teams. Grimace for Race City, Wheelie Rider for Pittsburgh. And it's Nemesis to the front, picking up lead jammer. Doc Flatliner hot on his tail.
Doc Flatliner trying to turn on the afterburners. Nemesis a little bit in front.
Yeah,
goes for the apex jump, but no.
The two of them are very similarly built. They're almost like twins out there.
Very much so.
Nemesis calls it off. 3 points and 3 points. So twinsy scores too. 3-3. Now 128 to 50. Race City on top under 28 and a half minutes remaining in the game. We're going to start with, looks like one blocker in the box for Race City.
And we're going to have Ruckus going up against Shaggy.
Excuse me, no.
Pittsburgh.
There are nobody's in the box for either team.
Oh.
Yeah, on that Pro Tech jam line.
That's fortunate.
Ain't it?
And Ruckus trying to get through.
Goes up against Tot and completes that initial pass. Shaggy also completing his initial pass. Shaggy of Pittsburgh, to be specific. So no points on the jam for Pittsburgh. 4 for Race City. Now 132 to 50. 27 and a half remaining in this game. It's going to be It's a Trap and Bad Bromance. Fa la ooh la la. La la ra ra ra. Gaga ooh la la.
Aren't those the words? I don't know. One blocker.
Ra ra ah ah. Rama rama Gaga ooh la la. My producer literally just had to feed me those words.
Apparently my co-announcer is having a seizure.
Timmy, you can handle this, right?
Nope.
Bad Bromance, and It's a Trap. About 15 seconds in the jam. Still no lead jammer. Wheelie Rider with a decent hit there on It's a Trap to move him, but he takes that momentum, rides it forward, and will pick up lead jammer about 23 seconds into this jam.
Kid trying to knock out Bad Bromance, but he was able to stay in for his initial pass.
Bad Bromance, good balance. It's a Trap, calls it off. Let's see. He will get 2 points and nothing for Pittsburgh. So does limit the points on that jam to just 2. Now 134 Race City, 50 Pittsburgh, under 26 and a half in the game.
And we have it. It's Shaggy.
The moment you're all been waiting for.
Versus Shaggy.
Shaggy versus Shaggy. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd bet that Shaggy is lead jammer.
It could happen.
Shaggy versus Shaggy.
They got Raggy
And Mr. Lover Lover.
Shaba.
Shaggy's in the pack. Shaggy's also in the pack. And Shaggy
Shaggy's
is your
out
lead
front.
jammer.
Shaggy for Race City is your lead jammer. Shaggy for Pittsburgh still stuck in the back.
Now Shaggy for Race City. Green Shaggy in the pack.
Powers through number 66, Hebrew Jammer.
Shaggy for Pittsburgh still has not completed the initial pass. 4 now on the board for Race City.
Grimace not making it easy. And gets a multiplayer for his efforts.
And so he will go to the penalty box in 30 seconds as another 4 points are picked up by Race City. 8 so far on the jam for Race City. Nothing for Pittsburgh as Pittsburgh's Shaggy is forced to recycle once again, trying to hide behind his pack, but Race City not fooled.
Solid defense there, Race City, just constantly knocking out Shaggy of Pittsburgh and bringing him all the way back.
Yeah, so that'll bring it up to 12 now on the jam, 146-50 now. Race City on top. Shaggy of Pittsburgh completes his initial pass, and Shaggy calls it off. So Shaggy scores no points, and Shaggy scores 12 points. It's Schrodinger's jam.
Huh?
Someone didn't take psychology.
Nope.
Or no, science. I don't know, whatever. So it's going to be Mike Honcho. And a lot of confusion out there. Now 146-50. Race City on top, under 24 and a half remaining.
Pittsburgh currently down one blocker. Race City at full strength.
Yeah, that'd be Pitbull Dozer in the penalty box.
Good eyes, sir.
I can see through coaches who are currently in my way. What
And
else?
Mike Honcho on the inside line. Pittsburgh with lead jammer status.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Honcho over the apex and past a blocker. He's going to call it as Punky was quickly approaching the pack.
Oh, I was a little worried there for Honcho's ankle. The way it landed was not pretty.
I could tell by the look on his face he was okay. He's not going to smile with a broken ankle. I mean, if you do, that's awesome, but I've never seen that happen. So Honcho does get 1 point for Pittsburgh. So it's 146-51 as we're about to 23 and a half remaining and go into our 7th jam of the game. Ruckus for Race City. Bad bromance for Pittsburgh.
Solid wall there of Soul Stealer.
And Nemesis gets shrugged off. Ruckus picking up lead jammer again for Race City. Ruckus approaching the pack. Bad bromance has not completed the initial pass. As number 4, Megabyte for Race City will be sent to the penalty box.
Ruckus hitting the pack, working his way through, able to get through for another 4-point pass for Race City.
Yeah, bad bromance, star in hand. Looks like he's trying to give it to Pitbull Dozer. Or maybe just hold on to it and hide it.
And Grimace going to report to the box for a direction.
Yeah, you can only go one way in the McDonald's drive-thru. And he's through. Initial pass for bad bromance. Took about a minute there. Oh, and a power jam now for Pittsburgh. As Ruckus caused a ruckus.
And
with
bad
a back block.
bromance with a nice beam dip there for a relatively larger gentleman.
So 4-4 now on the jam for both jammers. Bad bromance coming back into that pack. Race City also down a blocker. Trips over his own blocker, Soul Stealer. Nemesis trying to open up a hole, but ends up pushing his own jammer out in the process. Now Race City just defending that outside line of turn 2.
And Ruckus gets released from the box. Going to try to get some more points before this jam comes to its natural conclusion in 10 seconds.
Good hit there by Thomas the Pain Train. Bad bromance looking for more points. It's still 4-4 on the scoreboard, but I believe some hips have passed. Yes, there'll be 4 more for Race City. Let's see if Pittsburgh tied it. No. Nothing. Oh, I'm sorry, 2. So it'll be 8-6 on the jam. 154-57 in favor of Race City as we're approaching 21 minutes remaining.
Indeed.
It's going to be Shaggy and Rowdy and other adjectives. So now here we go into our 8th jam of the half. About 9 minutes, 10 seconds into this second half.
Shaggy gets knocked down to the inside and then brought back by Kid.
Kid now looking for room going up against him, but pushing him to the inside. Rowdy with a little defensive jamming there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was effective. And we have a lead jammer 25 seconds into the jam. It's Rowdy of Race City. Rowdy was jamming a lot more in the first 2 games of this tournament. This is his first time putting on the start initially, I believe at all, actually, in this game.
Yeah, they might have been saving him for the second half. Race City does have a very deep jammer rotation, so
absolutely
they can save somebody for our second part of the game.
But so does Pittsburgh.
It's true.
Shaggy spinning around, taking a hit by Punky to the outside at the last possible second. Punky flying to the front of the pack and forcing Shaggy all the way back into turn 3.
Even Shaggy was appreciative of that.
Yeah,
he gave a clap. He was like, you know what? That was a great move.
Don't act like you're not impressed. Punky just working that front of the line, front of the pack. Multiplayer block assessed to a Race City blocker. Kid blocking the outside line, accidentally blocking his own jammer. Rowdy through the pack. And 4 points, Indy. Those are the first 4 points of this jam. So very good defense by Pittsburgh, locking down Rowdy after letting him go early on in the jam. About 15 seconds left in the jam.
I don't know if you saw it, but Shaggy was almost out, but then ran into a wall known as Kid, and just Kid knocked him right out.
I think he drew some inspiration from Punky on the last time.
Very well could have been.
And Rowdy on one foot to finish it off. He'll bring it up to 12 points now on the jam. 12-0 in favor of Race City. 166-57 Rebels over Blue Streaks with about 18:45 remaining in the game. It's going to be Mike Honcho putting on the star for Pittsburgh. Going up against Shaggy of Race City. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Race City.
Pittsburgh currently down 1 blocker. It looks like Wheelie Ryder in the penalty box. He's probably sitting at 6.
Yeah, he did have 5 after the first half. Why? Because he came and told us. Was he bragging? I don't know. Maybe.
Knowing Wheelie, he's just bragging because he's not bleeding yet.
Yeah, 1 for 2. Good for you, Wheelie. Good for him. Yeah, I got to say, we give Wheelie a lot of crap, but he has really come a long way. He is, he went from fouling out of every game. Now he's usually at 6 penalties every game. Oh. But other than that, he actually has become a very, very good blocker. I remember when he used to jam and just go face first at people, and now he's kind of learned how to effectively block, and he'll just stick to any jammer that comes near him.
I have to admit that I have taken many of shots from Wheelie's face right to my chest.
It's basically like Wilson the volleyball.
Yeah. Just Wheelie the volleyball.
Except he's made of bone.
Is he?
And he has a plastic helmet that hurts.
That's true.
Or whatever material helmets are made of these. Plastic? It's plastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
a plastic polymer thing.
Majority.
Sure.
Plastic.
Okay, so now we have an official timeout after this team timeout. Because it wasn't long enough. So, once again, if you are just joining us, that was a 12-0 jam by Rowdy. Race City Rebels 166, Pittsburgh Blue Streaks 57, 18:33 remaining in this game. Coming up next, we have Casco Bay versus Carolina. And as the Kragan has pointed out, there is a very special tribute that Carolina will be doing for the next game for a former teammate that they will be skating against.
I think they were about to assess Wheelie Ryder with 2 penalties, which would have put him at 7, but I'm not sure.
That would actually put him at 8. Because he has 6.
But right now they were going to give him a second.
Oh, so that would be so. Math is hard, okay? I've seen Wheelie have 9. He should probably still be serving those penalties from that game. Thanks to some of our sponsors, including RollerDerbyMerch.com, skater owned and operated by our very own Deb Crush, who's made her announcing debut. She is only doing house, though, so you won't hear her on the feed. And she's making merch great again. And Wheelie Rider has fouled out. You know, it did take, what is that? How much time was off the clock? 42.5 minutes in this game. 102.5 minutes for Wheelie Rider.
I believe that's the first time he's fouled out this weekend.
This weekend, yes. 1 of 2 games.
Well, 50-50.
50-50. Oh, well.
Mike Honcho going up against Shaggy. Shaggy gets through. Lee Jammer goes to Race City. And Mike Honcho gets out and is very happy about that situation.
Sometimes he puts his arms out, and I seriously think it's a 747 death clearance for takeoff. Shaggy sees Honcho approaching and calls it off after picking up a fast 4, bringing it up to 170 Race City Rebels, 57 Pittsburgh Blue Streaks, with about 18 minutes remaining. It's going to be Nemesis with the star for Pittsburgh.
And just so you're aware, Wheelie Rider was the captain for Pittsburgh, but now Mike Honcho has taken over the C. Just little information for you.
Thank you, Timmy.
You're welcome.
So it is Doc Flatliner and Nemesis. These two went at each other a little bit earlier, and they do just their body type and like the way they skate is so similar.
It is extremely similar. The only thing that tells them apart are
Doc Flatliner's lead jammer.
Well, I was going to say their jerseys
Oh,
and
that
their
too.
skates.
Well, that too. Unless you're colorblind or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Ooh.
Nemesis does complete the initial pass. Doc Flatliner right behind him saying hello.
Kid was trying to stop Nemesis, but Nemesis bowled right through Kid, and that is not something you see often.
I told you, Nemesis, you get some momentum behind him. He suddenly turns into the juggernaut, and you just don't want to stand in that way.
He's the juggernaut.
I am not finishing that sentence.
Well, it looks like Kid gave a little bit of forgiveness there, and forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge the future.
So it'll be Ruckus for Race City against Bad Bromance. Score currently 174 Race City, 57 Pittsburgh. 16.5 minutes remaining in this game. Ruckus at the front going up against Soul Stealer and Pit Bulldozer. Off kilter bridging as Lead Jammer does go to Ruckus. Bad Bromance about 1/3 of a track length behind him.
Ruckus, with a little help from his friends, gets through 4 points for Race City. An interesting strategy. Usually they get their points and call it if the opposing jammer's out, but he's been instructed to keep going.
Well, they are up by 121 points, so maybe they're changing their strategy a little bit. See if maybe, for each 4, their strategy is for each 4 Pittsburgh could score, they can score 8.
Could be. And that is the case right now.
Yeah, 8-4 in favor of Ruckus of Race City over Bad Bromance of Pittsburgh on this jam. And that will be the end of it. And it looks like Ruckus will get another 4. So it will be 12-4 in the jam in favor of Race City. Now 186-61. Under 15.5 remaining.
That was an interesting strategy, Con. I'm glad it worked out for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, he won't be able to see anything, Cotton.
I'm very punny.
That's one word. As Pittsburgh's going to call an official review.
The suspense is killing me what it might be about.
Well, it is 15:03 remaining, so we're about to enter the 4th and final quarter of the game. 186 Race City, 61 Pittsburgh. If you're just joining us, this is Wheels of Steel 2019. Hopefully you already knew that.
AKA Wheels of Steel 4.0.
Yes, because counting to 4 is a lot easier than counting to 2019. And we're going by Derby years.
1, 2.
Don't hurt yourself.
4.
I can see smoke coming out of your ears.
Oh.
This must be painful for you. So when we get back, it's going to be, I think, Shaggy again.
Oh, no. What will we ever do?
That's why the official review is called, like, can we do a Shaggy jam? We were waiting for it again. So Mike Honcho, now assuming the role of captain, will go to the middle. He will talk with Quad Almighty of Race City and Punky, as well as their coach, Norma Skates. Pittsburgh's looking for a back block on the Green Jammer, which would neutralize our Shaggy jam.
I wonder if they'll get it.
Pittsburgh trying to not let us have fun.
Oh, man.
Whap, whap. But we'll find out.
Those,
Looks like they're explaining it to the captains already.
those Pittsburgh East roller villains.
More like take away our fun villain.
You can just imagine Snidely Whiplash
And I'm
in a green jersey.
I'm guessing by Norma Skates head shaking and the Cregan's thumbs down, it was declined.
So we get a Shaggy jam.
So we do get our Shaggy jam, which is kind of a win-loss situation there for Pittsburgh. Or really for everybody. Or everybody rooting for Pittsburgh. Or really humans in general. Where were you going with that one, champ? I have no idea, other champ. Well, they're Shaggy, so.
Smoke's coming out of my ears again.
Shaggy's in the pack. Shaggy's in the back of the pack. Shaggy at the front of the pack. Shaggy's getting bounced around the pack. Shaggy will pass Shaggy and pick up lead jammer for Race City.
Shaggy gets knocked out and recycled back. And here's one thing that I'm seeing that I don't fully agree with some of the jamming at times. Instead of going back where they need to go back, they're going all the way back into the back of the pack. And it's just causing them way too much more work.
It looks like it's a better safe than sorry kind of thing. Like maybe they're unsure. Either way, Shaggy of Race City now in the pack takes a hit by Pitbull. That was KY Jelly as Shaggy of Pittsburgh completes his initial pass. Kid of Race City heading to the penalty box. Shaggy of Race City picks up another 3. We'll bring it to 7-0 on the jam in favor of Race City. Now 193-61 in favor of Race City over Pittsburgh. Under 14 minutes remaining in favor of Race City. They're winning this race of the city.
It's a trap out there for Race City going up against Nemesis.
They're from Indianapolis. They have a lot of races there. It's okay. Like they have this giant racetrack
Never
the
heard
size
of
of
it.
an airport.
Never heard of it.
I believe it's called the Daytona 500.
Got it. Makes complete sense. And
There's probably people listening like, it's not Daytona.
Nemesis gets through. Lead jammer goes to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Nemesis is the lead jammer. Inside to the outside, just like Ricky Martin said, living La Vida Loca for 4 points. There goes It's a Trap, taking off the star, putting it back on again on his scoring pass. Nemesis gets past Kid, calls it off.
Kid with a hit to the outside, causing Nemesis to call it off.
And no points.
Nope, not for that second pass.
Oh, sorry, there were 4 points for Pittsburgh on that. So 193-65, Race City Rebels over Pittsburgh Blue Streaks. 12.5 minutes remaining. Why are these names so hard to say? They shouldn't be. Words are hard.
It's almost like you've been talking all day.
Pretty much. It is Doc Flatliner and Bad Bromance in our 14th jam of the game. Bad Bromance at the front of the pack, and he will pick up lead jammer for Pittsburgh as Star Pass completes a Punky of Race City. So she'll assume the role of jammer. Bad Romance in the pack, sees Punky, calls it off. Let's see if Punky does steal some. She gets 1, he gets 3.
Yep.
So 3-1 in favor of Pittsburgh on that jam. It is 194-68, under 12 minutes remaining.
It looks like Mike Honcho going to line up at the Protect Jammer line.
He will be going up
Ruckus.
against Ruckus. Sometimes I wish we had a second camera to show what's going on the side here between
I'm almost
Carolina
about
and
to move the
Casco.
ladder so you can see it.
And everything crashes.
Worth it.
Mike Honcho at the front of the pack going one-on-ones against Kidd. Able to stay upright and picks up lead jammer.
And a star pass to number 84. That's Zechner.
Race City's done a great job of noticing when they're not going to get lead and just passing that star the last 2 jams. So it's going to come to an end. Honcho will get 3 points. Nothing for Race City.
Score currently 194 to 71 with
About 10:50 remaining.
Yeah, very, very good. Thank you for the assist there, champ.
Oh, I gotcha. It's Shaggy of Pittsburgh.
Versus Shaggy of Race City.
So we get 3. We get no Shaggy versus Shaggies in the first half. Now we get 3. Now we're overloaded on Shaggies.
I'm not.
Jinkies.
Belma?
Both Shaggies in the pack. Shaggy of Pittsburgh in front. Shaggy of Indianapolis is now 3 for 3 for lead against his name ganger. Is that what it's called?
And Shaggy of Pittsburgh able to get out right behind Shaggy of Race City. Shaggy of Race City calls it off.
He'll get 2 points, so 2-0 on the jam. Race City 196, Pittsburgh 73, just passing that 10-minute mark. Oh, 2-2. Excuse me, it's tied.
The Shaggy's tied.
Shaggy scores 2 points and Shaggy scores 2 points.
Interesting how that works.
So 196 Race City, 73 Pittsburgh. We should be at about 9.5 minutes at the start of the next jam, and we're going to have a timeout, so never mind, it'll be 9:38. Curse of the announcer.
You said it.
Pittsburgh has called the team timeout, and I'll take us a moment to talk about Summer Affair, which is August 9th through 11th in Akron, hosted by the Cleveland Guardians, who will be playing Atlanta at 8 o'clock tonight. Skaters participate in clinics hosted by some of the best skaters in the world and then get to skate with and against them all weekend. This year's cast includes Scald Eagle, Lady Trample, Braun Swanson, Miracle Whips, Spin Diesel, Senior Wiener, and more. Don't forget to give London Malling a high five.
Because he's okay.
Yeah, don't give Gary Sweat that high five.
No.
That's a Pokemon de-evolution. London Malling became Gary Sweat. And I want a refund on Pokemon Go, which was free,
if I were you.
but I still want a refund. I'll take it in Canadian currency.
You did put all that money into Pokeballs.
Yeah, that's where I hide it. Oops.
Yes.
It's like, Squirtle, I choose you, and just a wad of cash flies out.
Wallet, I choose you.
Oh, wait, it's empty. I have roller derby.
Oh, that's right.
It's a trap versus a bad bromance. It's a trap looking for room. Both jammers are looking for room. About 20 seconds into this jam already.
Bad Bromance trying to work through that solid green wall of Race City, but not able to get anywhere.
Is able to squeak past a few of those blockers, including G-Force.
And
Now G-Force working one-on-one. And good block there by Pittsburgh.
Bad Bromance passed the star to Soul Stealer.
So, yeah, lead jammer will go to It's a Trap. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a lead jammer.
And Grimace going to get sent to the box for forearm call.
He gets an unhappy meal. Soul Stealer through the pack on the initial pass.
I would say you were stealing my soul every time you had one of those puns, but we all know I don't have one.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you're loving it.
Oh, no, no, no.
It is Mike Honcho at the star against Doc Flatliner
Who's apparently going to start in the pack.
with a
Nope.
star. Interesting
right, he's
strategy,
going back
Con. Let's see
behind.
how.
He's going back behind the Protect jam
It's
line.
like, oh, yeah. Honcho immediately gets pushed out. Oh, well, he's doing some defensive jamming. That's what he's doing.
But now he's got
Honcho. Jeez.
and Punky, and he gets the track cut.
Never mind. So, and a star pass, so it looks like we will go the full. No, wait. No, so it's an illegal star pass, not valid. Punky's going to have to report to the penalty box. Everyone's confused, including Pittsburgh.
Actually, Punky did not need to leave the track, but she did have to skate back around to join the pack, so she did not get a track cut.
It's like you've been a ref before or something.
Might have. And I might have played this game for a few years.
Maybe. So still no score yet on this jam as we are about a minute into it. And there goes Doc Flatliner on the initial pass. But because he took the star off, he cannot be lead jammer. And because Mike Honcho went to the box, neither can he. We're going to go the full 2 minutes.
And actually, the call wouldn't have been a track cut. It would have been a skating out of bounds if she did not reform.
And he's going to get it again. So now 2 power jams, 2 for the price of 1 for Race City. 4 points on the board now for Race City on this jam for Doc Flatliner. And that's another 4, bringing it up to 8 total on the jam. 30 seconds remaining in this jam. Oh! Taking out Sriracha. That was spicy. Pit Bulldozer. And not able to stand there. Sriracha with a little bit of a revenge hit, but Doc Flatliner still through the pack with 5 seconds left on the jam clock. 12 total on the board for him.
I don't know if Sriracha got any spice on Doc Flatliner.
It was a little contact,
okay,
pushing him in, making him move a little, but it didn't really. Doc Flatliner, I mean, he moves in a flat line across that. That's his name, and he does that. He has a PhD. That's why he's Doc Flatliner.
Everything makes complete sense now.
Right?
Nope.
It just makes sense because I'm making it sound that way.
Yep.
Remember, kids, it's 80% or it's 20% what you say, 80% how you say it. Just say yes and we'll move on. 16 points on the board on that jam for Doc Flatliner. And in the last 40 seconds of the jam, so 2:13 now, Race City, 73 Pittsburgh as we're about to hit 5 minutes remaining.
Ruckus out there going against Shaggy. Shaggy gets brought back.
Nobody currently occupying the penalty box. Ruckus getting passed off kilter, now going up against Nemesis. Ragnablock at the front.
And Ruckus actually going to get sent to a penalty box for a track cut as soon as you said it.
Yep, so now we got a power jam in favor of Pittsburgh, and we do have no, it looked like an injury for a moment.
Oh.
Is it an injury? Yes, we do have. Okay.
Now we have one.
Now there's an injury. That would be Ragnablock. All right, it does look like he's trying to get up under his own power. Maybe the wind was knocked out of him. Let's go ahead and talk about, if you are in the Pittsburgh area, don't forget, you're always welcome to come to the after party. We're having it tonight and tomorrow night, both at Jaffrey's Restaurant, 827 East Pittsburgh Street here in Greensburg. They have a fantastic patio. It's a double-deck patio. And, I mean, there's like several bars in this place. Yeah, it's impressive. You're really going to enjoy it, Timmy. The look you gave me just was one surprise.
What are you trying to say about me, sir?
It's nice, and it's also right near the event hotel. So if you are staying there and you're at the hotel right now, just kind of maybe chilling, getting some food or whatever you're doing, we hope you can join us there at Jaffrey's. So come on out.
I like food.
It's better than where the after party was last night, which didn't serve us food.
Ooh, shade. Kragan got food.
Yeah. Well, I was hungry. Fun fact, I am basically a walking Snickers commercial. If I am hungry, I get hangry.
I can attest to that.
Yes.
He doesn't get his cheesesteak when he goes to Philly. He gets mad.
Oh, yeah. You've seen me like that. So, 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Shaggy, it's another Shaggy versus Shaggy jam. And we have another injury on the track, this time for Pittsburgh.
EMT's busy with this one.
Yeah, and that one only got a few seconds into the jam. Talk to you about one of our great sponsors, Next Level Skate Shop. Coco Sparks is here running Next Level Skate Shop on the road today. It's a full-service roller skate shop located in Cleveland, Ohio, specializing in roller derby as well as recreational and artistic skating. Next Level Skate Shop has everything to keep you rolling, offering gear, repairs, maintenance, and upgrade services. Next Level Skate Shop. Skate hard. Have fun. And they will also be at Summer Affair. So another sponsor.
I will not.
So we do have, once again, we are in another injury timeout. I believe that is KY Jelly that is down.
You are correct.
And he is able to get up under his own willpower.
Looks like he got his bell rung a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to Ragnar Block, too. It looked like Ragnar just had the wind taken out of him. If you've ever had it done to you, you can tell, you know exactly that cough, that, like, gas for air.
I heard that gasp. I know that very well.
You get it hit right in that diaphragm, and that's what happens. All right, so 4:27 remaining. You're watching Race City versus Pittsburgh. Currently, Race City on top, 221-73, and we have an official review now called by, I believe that's
Race City.
Race City, yes. Pittsburgh did use theirs, so they don't have another one.
And our producer, the Kragan, running out there to get us the information.
And we'll pass that along once we know what's going on. Until then, we can only speculate, which we're not supposed to do. But, meh.
I never assume anything. Because when you assume stuff...
You might not be right.
Exactly.
Insert Gary Sweat reference there. I made 3.
That's okay.
Most okay.
The okayest of the okay.
Don't forget, we still have 2 more games coming up tonight.
I did not.
Casco Bay will be playing Carolina coming up next. Those 2 teams are actually pretty closely ranked in the MRDA rankings. Casco Bay at 34, and Carolina at 30. So that should be a good game. And our final game of the evening will be Cleveland versus Atlanta, and that will be at 8 p.m. Of course, there is a slight time delay here. We have been starting on time so far today. But, of course, you guys start about, everybody starts about a minute or 2 after us just because we do have a time delay here. It does give the feed a little bit better quality. And we'd like to thank you for joining us.
Quality over quantity.
Thank you for being one of the cool kids and watching it. So Race City is looking for a penalty on Wheelie Rider, who's already fouled out for standing trackside in his gear. And they believe he was helping. So.
Which is not legal.
No, it is not.
If you have been ejected, you have to de-gear and not be on the track.
Yes. But we will let the referees make that decision. So Wheelie Rider will go back to the penalty box. And this time he looks like Mike Honcho.
Yep.
So it looks like it is accepted.
That is a captain's penalty, which the captain, who is now Mike Honcho.
Because Wheelie Rider fouled out, who was the captain.
He will have to sit there for that penalty.
It's like he's making fun of his successor. So it is Bad Bromance and Shaggy. Score currently 221-73. Race City on top. We are about to hit 4:15 remaining. And Shaggy in front. We got a lead jammer. It's Race City Rebels, Shaggy. Shaggy coming back in the pack on a scoring pass. Bad Bromance star in hand, but no pivot in front. Now Soul Stealer's in front, but it doesn't look like he's even going to try to hand it to him. Mike Honcho out of the box.
Seems like he's stalking Shaggy. Yep, and that's exactly what he was doing.
It's like a large bird chasing his prey. I just like every time I see it, I actually imagine like a Tyrannosaurus like roar just coming at the pack. Actually, I'm pretty sure when Honcho approaches, you just see the water glasses shaking.
And the star pass goes to Soul Stealer, who's now the jammer.
And 8 points for Shaggy, but it is a power jam. 12 points for Shaggy on the jam so far, but it's a power jam, so it is going to go the full 2 minutes. About 40 seconds remaining. We're about to hit 3 minutes left in the game.
You are correct, sir.
I can see the scoreboard.
I cannot. There's a coach in my way.
Soul Stealer forced to recycle.
I say my way, but it's everybody's way.
Have it your way. Oh, wait, that's the other fast food joint.
Ooh.
Grimace, speaking of which, Grimace is doing some pretty good blocking out there.
Grimace has been a monster this whole game.
He does that. He has that tendency. He's getting some great help, though, from Zechner and Roller Coaster. That's right, because we have seen a little bit of a different jammer rotation in this game. Roller Coaster and Rowdy were jamming a lot more in their previous 2 games. For their final game, they've been blocking more. Maybe they're saving them for that championship game.
It's an yeah, they probably are. That's typically what a team would do.
All right, with 2 minutes left, we're going to have a timeout. Getting a clarification from Gary Sweat about Summer Affair. He said it'll be fun. So 2 minutes left. Also, by the way, unless you have something important to say, do not interrupt announcers on a broadcast.
Word. Speaking of something important to say, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. Well, there is food here, and there's food at the after party. It was 12-3 on that jam. There are literally 2 minutes remaining in the game. We are now in an official timeout. Score is 233, Race City 76, Pittsburgh. And we do have a whole nother day of action tomorrow. Pittsburgh will be taking on Flower City in our 10 a.m. game. Cleveland will face Casco Bay. Casco Bay hailing from Portland, Maine, by the way, just so you all know.
Who's that?
Then we will have our black versus white scrimmage here, which is kind of the buffer between the
I know someone that might be skating in that.
He might have red hair and rhyme with Imi Itch.
Yep, best hair in men's roller derby.
Sure. He was born that way.
You said
with
it.
that hair.
I did not.
And then, of course, we are going to have our championship game, which this game does help determine that, because if Race City wins, they are going to that championship. And if Carolina wins in the next game, they will be facing Race City in the championship, which makes the next 3 games just for fun.
I like fun games.
So if Casco Bay wins, though, then they have to beat Cleveland tomorrow, and they would be in the championship game. If Casco Bay beats Carolina, but then Cleveland beats Casco Bay, it will all come down to the score differential in the Cleveland-Casco Bay game.
My brain hurts now.
Yes. Because a regular normal bracket was really tough to make.
Sure. If you say so.
8 seeds, usually pretty easy. But that's how we do it here at Wheels of Steel. Our way.
Our way.
Or the Wheelie Rider way. Which is the Wheelie Rider way.
It's a very interesting way.
I, too, like to live dangerously.
And bloody.
And bloody. It is going to be Nemesis, and It's a Trap. It's a Trap is the lead jammer. Nemesis following him like a comet's tail. Just a little bit room between them.
Yeah, turning.
Now catching up.
Yeah, catching up, putting on the speed.
Yeah, really catching up.
Yeah.
Nemesis, who, by the way, is probably twice It's a Trap's age.
Yeah.
At least.
Minimum twice.
Yeah. Age before beauty, my friend.
And Nemesis gets through, picking up 4 points.
Yeah, lapping up. It's a Trap. The jam clock and the game clock are both tied at 120. So this could potentially maybe be our final jam. And there's Nemesis, another 4 points, 8 total on the jam.
I have a feeling It's a Trap will probably be calling it off after he gets some points.
He does. He gets 4 there.
Oh, he's getting signal to keep going from his bench.
Maybe they're just going to run it down. I'm not totally sure. As Nemesis is going to get through but have to recycle. Another 4 points. It's a Trap, so 8 all. As Rowdy will be heading the penalty box for a low block. Pit Bulldozer of Pittsburgh is already there.
And Punky with the knock to the inside on Nemesis brings him back. Nemesis still trying to get through for another pass, but Race City Rebels holding him up.
Well, yeah, Race City will now have 12 total on the jam, 12-8. I believe Nemesis has gotten a few, but we're not going to find that out until he finishes. There are 15 seconds left on both the jam and game clock. I've never seen that happen before where it's actually tied like that. Our producer, the Craig, is saying this is his first time seeing that too. It really is.
I'd like to say that I've seen it before, but I can't.
I've seen it maybe 1 or 2 second difference, but never seen it like that. And that's going to be the end of the game. Another 4 points to finish it off for Pittsburgh. Another 4 points for It's a Trap. 16-12 on that jam. Unofficial final score, 245-88. Race City will win. And I'd say that's probably about the differential you'd expect with a 17 versus 36 matchup. Probably about right. So we will have MVPs that will stay on house. And we will go determine that in just a moment once we hear that final whistle so we can make sure we tell you the official final score. Right now standing at 245-88. And there it is. Final score, Race City Rebels 245. Pittsburgh Blue Streaks 88. I'm Champ Unkind.
I'm Timmy Twitch. Don't do anything I would.
And our producer, the Kragan. Have a decent day.